Hi, everybody. I hope you're well. I'm doing quite a bit better today. You've seen me go through my ups and downs if you've been with me for a while. And some of my like Facebook people that have come over here. Hi, I love you so much. You've been with me for years, and you're amazing. So yeah, very, very much so. Um, yeah, today was a little better. I'm still really angry. I mean, if people aren't Masonic, but yet they're in league with them, so well, it doesn't matter. Then they're picking a side. So enough harping about that. Nothing I can do about it. I did say a prayer for my struggling friends. The full armor of God, that is what that is. Standing your ground and not bending, not wavering, and definitely not whining about your aches and pains. And trust me, if you have the armor of God, you're not feeling the effects of the plasma. So, um, not like other ones would. So, and they can play and pretend all they want. I don't care. I'm all done with that crap. But oh yeah, there was something else I was gonna say about that. Um, the armor of God. Let's see. Hmm. Oh, I don't know. It'll come to me. You know. I don't know. Some guy's like, oh, he's really mad because I called out a Mason. Well, yeah, you picked your side. And then he's like, he's mad. And a wise man told me one time, and what a burn this is, burn on you. People get angry, only dogs get mad. So chew on that. Or put it in your crack pipe, whatever you do, because something's wrong with you. So just saying. So whatever. If you don't like me, there is something wrong with you. So there you go. And I don't give a what you think. So God tells me. He tells me what to say, he tells me what to do, and I listen. So, like today, he told me you better go clean up that cantaloupe before it spoils. So I did. I got it ready for supper later. So I'm gonna make some hamburger and probably some mashed potatoes. Doug likes them two together. And so, well, it kind of goes like this around here. He gets me everything I want, and if I do the laundry, keep the house clean, and if I feel like it, I cook. I'm definitely nobody's slave. Nobody tells me what to do ever. It just doesn't work like that. Not my life. In fact, even my father, when I was little, he called me Queen Bee because he knew, you know, when you rule, you rule. So F the queen, meet the empress. you know, hey, if you can lead people with love and you truly have that love for all people except for the dirty ones that want all people dead, well, then that's where you deserve to be royalty. So, um, I gotta get a bunch of princesses so they can be queens someday because I'm getting tired of this shit. Any takers? No, there's a lot of oh, capital C's out there that want me dead, and they can't do it, and they keep trying. Oh, here's one for you. Now I'm not gonna name no names quite yet, and I'll check it out. Like maybe not today, but another time. But there was a guy that does the magnetosphere stuff and some other things on his channel, and um, I'm pretty sure he's Masonic affiliated. The language, and they stick together like that. So, like they can't function like a single cell organism, like a real human does. So they think they're all glued together. They think that's what God is, all glued together. They don't realize that individually we're all just that powerful by ourselves. So that just gets them too. I know they know it, but they don't feel it. They just don't know the feeling like being tough like that. And so anyway, what was I gonna say about that? Yeah, they want a lot of people dead if you go across crossing lines, you speaking out, you know how it is. I mean, anybody can have a big mouth and swear. I swear because people are getting hurt and dying, you know. And this includes like even my grandchildren or whatever. My kids are in jeopardy, so are yours. I mean, this is the way, this is my fight. This is why I'm fighting. Even before I had children, I began this fight for people. So, you know. So I do say a big prayer for the ones that are struggling, even with anger issues like me. I mean, it's not easy to be messed over and let it go. And a lot of people say, well, forgive, forget, whatever. It doesn't work like that. So, whatever. I put it in God's hands, most definitely, or somebody be fucking dead right now. But yeah, or a lot of somebody's, you know. But oh, that's what it was about that magnetosphere stuff. So I went on this channel and my ears are extraordinary. They really are. Exceptionally, I'll probably never be hard of hearing. I've even been smacked in my ears and there was some ringing for a while, but they're okay now. But yeah, so I heard this sound in the background that was starting to make me feel sick. And I was like, about 10 seconds into it, I'm like, okay, now I know what that is. I was warned against all this stuff. It's not in the air and it's not through 5G, it's through YouTube and other. So be aware of all you musicians out there, the ones with the excellent timing and the real voices. I don't really sing my true voice to you, but someday I will. I'll write a song and totally sing for you. But you know what I'm talking about. What's the nice way? Well, I don't have to put this nicely. Um, the ones that can hear from God. Be aware of channels that you're on, music, sounds in the background, different things that could be irritating. If it's irritating like that, shut that crap off. Seriously. Might be on public television too. I don't watch much of that. I had it on like the other day for, oh, I'll turn on the weather. But even that I get through satellite. Because the ones during the day don't always come in. So that's just where I live, you know. But yeah, my crisp turned out really good yesterday. It did take about 45 minutes to complete the whole thing. And yeah, it was good with the coconuts. First time you know how you'll take, and I did put a pinch of salt in the top crust part, but it was salted butter too. So, but I don't really measure stuff. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But it's just like making bread. I just put flour in a bowl and or yeast, get my yeast dissolved and activated, and I don't use sugar in my bread and very little salt and maybe a touch of oil. Maybe it depends on the type of bread I'm making, but I haven't baked for a while. Not bread. I've got some sourdough starter. You can freeze it, and that's about 4 years old now. So, which is cool. So nice to have on hand because if something did go wrong and I had the flour, I could use it up with the starter. I have at least bake it in my because people with electric stoves and even gas ones that have to be ignited by electric, none of that's gonna work for you, you know. So I'll be baking. So I made like in my wood cook stove, I made like Cornish hens with wild rice and something else. I think bread, and just it works. So yeah, but it is nice to have stuff like in the winter we've gotten when the electric goes out. A lot of times I know other people are cold. Well, I'm warm. So stuff like that. It's pretty important, you know. So, but yes, I am in a very good mood. I have not changed my mind. I am going to kill the bad guys with just a thought when God lets that go. It's not from him. So it's his children that were hurt. He's going to give us that power. And the ones that are doing that, you know that. So just hang on. We'll be okay. Like this little girl, she's like, everything will be okay. She's just adorable. So just she's like 4 years old, you know, just a cutie. I call them cutie spagooties. Most of the people I love, and I've told you before, they're my bubble butts, even my kids. If you grow up and you're strong and you're not sitting on it all the time. Well, it might be a little bony too, but you're still bubble butts. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be a bubble butt than a fat ass any day. So there you go. I mean, if you're big, and I know some big boys out there, I'm not insulting on you. Don't take it that way at all. Big muscles are awesome. My one son, Jonathan, he's got like well, he's got a 6 pack. I got more the 8 pack type of thing, but because I got like some cool muscles. But yeah, he does too. His father did. He's very, very athletic, and so yeah. And Luke was the same way. I haven't seen him for a long time, so I'm not sure if he's still looking good, but I'm assuming he's looking pretty good. So hopefully, if they stay off the drugs and the booze and all that, yeah. And that's really the only way a person can control themselves totally is to abstain. You know, it's the same with sexual desires or eating too much. You know, it is our 7 deadly sins that aren't spoken about enough. You know, not a day goes by I don't think something stupid, and I'm like, I know that's not me. It's Satan trying to get in my head. A lot of times it used to be on the right side, and then he'd try to come in like about there and trick me. It's like, oh, no, no. You know what? We'll do a different thing here. Now God's speaking through me from the inside out, and that's no more. I shut that crap down on everybody. They may try, and I mean, there's a little bit of communication like that, but not like it used to be, and that's the reason why. So we can feel from the inside out. So if somebody's a turd, you can feel it through your antenna, which is your gut instinct. So yeah, and don't ignore it. Don't ignore them flutters and them feelings in there. They're real. You feel it 1 second, and it's your fight or flight indicator right there. So yeah, don't forget that. So important. So yeah. Oh, I was thinking about some other shows that I like that are actually European. I like this one. These old timers, they are so foolish. I mean, there's people from every walk of life in this little tiny village. And it's right before you get, it's in the Highlands almost. It's almost going into Scotland. So they got this like thick brogue, and it's called Last of the Summer Wine. And these people are so wonderful. They're, the acting, you know, there's like even the cheating husband and the slutty cashier down at the store, and um, there's like a tough woman like me, and there's her friends, and they all get together and coffee, and then you got the one that'll grab the biggest donut, and one doesn't even care if she gets one, you know, them type, just showing people how they really are, you know. Guys working on his car, other guys that are older, they're trying to be young again. It's just ridiculous. Well, maybe not, because if they're active, and I assume perhaps they were in the show. So funny though. But in the music, the harmonica, when I was sick, I had that show on a lot at night, and it would always put me to sleep. So even to this day, if I hear that music, if Doug's watching it, it's like, it's got just a soothing feeling. So, and then another one that I like that is Scottish is, let me think. No, it starts with the M. I'll think of it. Monarch of the Glen. Oh God, they only made one season or maybe two, but it is such a good show. It's about this uh, you know how the oh, it was the Romans that turned into the Germans that went on and took over England, and basically that's the crap. And they chased the actual real people of that island up into Scotland and France and different areas and stuff, and they built walls as they went along. So, like in that first show, Summer Wine, Last of the Summer Wine, you can see the walls like coming up around the village. And the same with another show I like from England is Doc Martin, and that's really a good show too. And let's see, but well, that's about it. But Monarch of the Glen is just really, really good. And the prince of the whole show, he leaves his wife is like a girl from the village. She's not even royalty. So he takes off with his ex-girlfriend to go do this expedition thing and leaves this girl Lexi in this castle to run the whole thing. And they're trying to keep the thing in repair and everything else, and the ground's beautiful, so they open it up like a hunting and fishing um, place where you can pay to go and that type of thing, and kind of shows their struggles of keeping the village going because the whole glen depends on this place making it go and getting the tourism in there and that stuff. So I think it's probably closer to the truth than what I probably knew, but it's a wonderful show. I just love it. So, and Lexi's so cool. For all you girls that had to struggle, you'll really love that show. Don't forget Monarch of the Glen. Well, and you guys will too. There's some like there's a guy, a goofy guy named Duncan, and what is his name? Scully? No, not Scully. Something with an S. But this one old dude that's oh, he'd been in love with the mom of everybody for years, and her husband was a cheater. But and they never did get together, and that really sucked. Yeah, that was such a good show. Yeah, so I don't think they'll make another episode. It's been, I think it's probably 10, 20 years old by the time it gets over here. You know, they're quite a bit older anyway, so yeah, I thought I'd get on here and just shoot the breeze. I was happy that a couple people that, well, when I get mad and lonely and stuff, I'm just praying to God somebody will just shoot through a video, you know, it doesn't matter what it is. And one of my friends was visiting his father's grave. I knew his mother had passed, but I didn't know he lost his father too, and that is heartbreaking. His grandmother, he said, was born in 37 and she's still alive, but so she's got to be pretty old, you know. So yeah, that was sad enough. Horrible. That's lonely. So he sent one through, and well, quite a few other people, you know, telling us good ones, you know, stuff. Oh, and I found out something, and this will probably mess them up, screw them up, and fuck them up real good. But I found out that if I like somebody, then old Satan will get his big nose in there and put a wrench in that or hurt the person. And I know for sure one of my subs knows exactly what I'm talking about, if not more than one. But if he doesn't say anything and he likes you, there's my indicator on who you are. Because he won't hurt his babies. Not yet. He needs to use you. So, yeah, that's a fact. I've seen it. I've seen it now. It's like, He's like, and who were you watching? And I said, and he didn't say a word. Even if I'm mad at somebody and they're on the other side, and I'm like, you know, like he had a couple times done a couple things I know that I asked, but mentally. but I can still tell when there's a resistance when he doesn't want to do it. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do get my way. He told me that when he met me too. He said, "You always think you get your way." And I said, "One way or another, I will, because God's always with me, and that's my way." So I guess in essence, I always get my way. So they may not always turn out the way I think on a day to day basis. But they say, and when he closes a door, he opens a window or another door, whatever, you know. One of them things. You might even have to crawl under um, the door, whatever. I had to do that once. I was in some weird place, like, I think it was Atlanta, Georgia, and I was 15, and they had a pay toilet. And I had money in my pocket, but I didn't have a dime, and I had to go. I'm like, whatever. Crawling under that door and going to the bathroom. I'm thinking, what am I going to get busted for going to the bathroom? I was like, oh no, this is terrible. So, yeah, Georgia is pretty. It is. Um, yeah. And they're talking about them fires that have been burning since the 70s in Pennsylvania. Yeah, it was one place they tried to kill me too. They sent me out on that shale that was burning out in there. I don't remember where it was. It might have been around like Meadowlands or somewhere up in there. But well, you know where the burning fire stuff is. So I went out there, and this man, he's over there. He's probably about 40, 50ish, and I'm like about 12. He's like, hey kid, get off there. And I'm looking at him like, what? You don't own this, He goes, get off there, it's dangerous. And I'm walking out on this black slate. Well, it was probably coal, but it looked like slate to me. And there's like steam coming up, and it smelled terrible. Well, I had never been around coal. So I've been around Red Dogs after they burnt the coal. The street I grew up on was a dead end, and we had land off in there on the edge of the city. So we had Red Dog on our street, which was really cool because when we were playing tag when I was barefoot, um, I'd run across the street on them Red Dogs, and it would cut everybody else's feet up, and my feet were so tough from going barefoot all the time. They couldn't catch me. They're like, "Get back over here." I go, "Yeah, right. That's not gonna happen." Might have got me later, but they weren't gonna get me right then. So, and yeah, it cut my feet. I walked on coals. I've done everything, pretty much. I think, like I told you, about the only thing I haven't done is murder. At least not this time around yet. And it wouldn't be murder, it'd just be God let me go. You know, that's blowing you away. Somebody said to me yesterday, "Oh, I love you, oh, kissy, kissy, kissy." I'm like, yeah, sure you do. Mm-hmm. You love whatever you can get, money, whatever, whatever. And I wish no riches or fine days to my enemies or their associates. I mean, worrying about somebody that lives in their mother's basement, do you not think that his mommy will feed him? The little son of a bitch can go across the fucking street and goes fishing. And these people are worried about each other like they're not going to survive. Go dig some worms, sell some worms, do something with yourself, sitting on the freaking computer looking at porn, jacking off. Give me a break. And you think I feel sorry for that shit? And you're out there promoting that, oh, I gotta ejaculate because it's healthier for me. I slap your fucking head and you're stupid. And the worst advice I ever heard. And if little kids listen to that, I will goddamn that soul. And I'm serious on that. So, I mean, shit happens. We're human. But normal people feel disdain, not um, talking about it like it's the most natural thing in the world. No, this is part of Satan's filthy, fucked up world. Get a goddamn grip. So that's the way that is. A normal human being knows that intercourse is meant for the companionship and closeness between a man and a woman. And then God holds you in his hands. No, he's not looking. And unites you as one like that. Not as one like a freaking Baphomet, frog, goat person, whatever these things are running around out there. And to the one that insulted me yesterday, Mr. Lover, 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 you're going to be a frog. Yes, you are. Baphomet lovers. You know, if you even get to be a frog. I don't even think God's going to allow any part of evil to survive. So, anyway. Yeah, so I was happy some people got on here, and um, even if it's just, well, I'll give you a few people I like to listen to. I like Destroying the Illusion. I like James Munder. Matt Rogers has sky phenomenon photos that he checks before he puts them up. He works a full job and raises his children, unlike some of these scum ass bitches trying to get money from people for being a big mouth traitor, betrayer. So, yeah, he's got real photos that he goes through and clips of videos and stuff. And I watch, and he does a really, really good job. And I can just think, geez, I need you to put out a video. And he even was sick. He almost died. And he still put out a video because I needed him to. So, and Bruce Sees All is phenomenon. Moon footage is phenomenal. That's what I was trying to say. And let's see some other people. If you want some good music, have a good time, meet a very, very nice person named Charles, is the water bearer. He's very nice person. If you want to go hard rock, metallic, somebody I know has a good heart but is having trouble expressing that, well, no, I'm not going to introduce him like that. Another time, my friend, that wasn't a accurate description. I will wait on that. In fact, I'll stop with the shout outs right there. So I won't say something I'll apologize for. I won't apologize because I never know if I'm being tricked or not. So no more apologies. I'm not sorry about anything. So unless it's God Himself, if God tells me, then I would. But other than that, nope, not happening. If I say something, I mean it. So yes, I do. Yeah, I do. I had some little creep telling me, maybe I told you he's on Facebook, and he's like, if you pass around my post, I'm going to stab the next person that passes around my post. I said, F you, you little bastard. I said, this is where I'm right now. I said, I'll let you keep your knife. Bring it on. You know, little punk ass bitch. I just hate that shit. You can do something about it? Do it. Show up right now. I've just been in a mood. That's what my moods are. When I get in a mood like that, Doug does move. When I say move, you move. You know, that type of thing. So that's authority. So anyway. Oh, trust me, you would feel the electric from across a store. You know, so it hurts. And I'm going to start doing that pretty soon here. Well, I have been actually. Little at a time. The worse it gets is the worse it gets. And it is going to hurt. That's what I told him before. Is it going to hurt? Yeah. It's going to last for a long time. a very long time. Try forever. That's a very long time. Hmm. So that's why I need some princesses, so you can do that when I'm busy, and then we'll just take turns. And you can teach your daughters to do that too. Yes, that's a fact. Because if men are dirty enough to act like demons, they deserve to suffer like demons. That's a fact. You can't feel sorry for somebody that doesn't care if you live or die. You know. So anyway, this bozo yesterday got together with everybody, and it's like the poor guy. Oh, he needs food, and oh, give me a break. You know, go clean your mommy's toilet. She'll buy you a pack of cigarettes. Yeah, bitch. Fucking Masonic bastards. You know, families of that. They may not actually function in a lodge because they're lazy and don't want to pay dues like that. They'd rather play games on the internet with everybody else than actually even be loyal to their own kind. They're so dirty like that. You know, it's like, oh, you go screw a baby and I'll go rob over here. Whoops. Oh, yeah, there's somebody I watched, the Leak Project. Hi, Rex. Yeah, he's good. Um, that reminds me, I should bring the Grim Reaper back someday. She's been asking me if she could get on here, and I'm like, not right now. I'm in a bad mood, and if we both got together, we just have to go and do something about it. So I'm like, nah, not right now. It's not time yet. So, yeah, she has a pitchfork. Yeah, it's a really nice one too. Yeah. That reminds me, Doug has a trident. He literally does. For spearing fish, is what he says. But yeah, we got all kinds of things around here. No matter where I turn, I could be walking out in my yard and get attacked, and I'd be like grabbing something that's there, and it's like, you know. Oh, I was up on top of the mountains with my kids one time, and I had these two dogs that I trained for search and rescue, and they were blue tick hound and um, oh geez, come on now, dingo, dingo blue ticks mix. Black and blue is what I call them. And Blue had one blue eye and one brown eye, which was really cool. And Blackie, she had just brown eyes, but she looked more hound dog, and he looked like and act like a dingo. He was so goofy. Well, I'd send my kids down the side of the mountain to hide and keep the dogs up there. Then I'd send the dogs down to go find the kids, and that's how I trained them. And then they'd bring the oh oh oh, and Bluey he'd be going yap yap. It was just funny, and they'd bring the boys back up to the campsite. I was up there alone for a long time because my ex was dirty. Well, anyway, and I had my drywall hatchet there, so I was sitting. I had these little rockers for my kids that had cushions and stuck on them, and they were little wood ones with checkered cushions, kind of brownish, real pretty little rockers. So I'm sitting one of them little rockers out there. This dude comes up there, parks in a turnaround place, and he's sitting there looking at me, and I'm like, 30, whatever, 30. I'm gonna say, yeah, I must have been 30, about that. So, and then he was scaring me, so it was about, oh, 10 feet to a tree from where I was, and I picked up my drywall hatchet and I whipped it into that tree, and it just stuck. And I looked at him like, that's gonna be you. And he did get in his vehicle and leave. That was probably wise. So, I mean, when I was in the middle of nowhere with two little kids, so yeah, surviving. There was a cougar up there, a black panther, literally a black mountain lion. that wanted to eat me, so I had to keep a tree on the fire all night long. I had to keep it going, and I did not sleep for a very long time. I've had many years like that in my life, so these people can't put me down. So I figure I don't need to sleep, I don't need to eat. Whatever you want to do to me, I don't care. But the way I feel about this FEMA camp bullshit and all that, I feel like that's more for the bad guys when God gets busy around here. That's just, well, I know personally, nobody's taking me anywhere without a lot of them getting hurt, or they'll just have to kill me. So that's just the way I am. You ain't fucking touching me. So that's the way I am. I've had people pull guns, swing knives, all kinds of shit, stick a gun in my mouth, all kinds of shit. It's one thing you don't want to do is pull a weapon on me. That's a fact. One guy pulled a knife on me and I went to kick it in his face, and I said, next time, I said, you better put it away. Because he liked me and couldn't get nowhere. And it's like, oh, no, no. You don't bully me. You know, that doesn't work. You don't get your way. There's a lot of people like that out there. Don't get their way, and then they're going to do something about it. I leave people alone unless they actually do something to me first. So, no matter what it may be. So, that's a fact. I never bother anybody. I try to make friends. If you don't want to be my friend, if you're not like that, like minded, I need you to go away. And I'll help you go away in a big way. So, yeah. So, anyway, let's see. What else is going on in my life? I was going to say in Barb's world, which is stupid, talking in the third person. Did you know that that's considered a mental illness? I have somebody in my life that does that, and it drives me batty. So every once in a while, I'll slip and do that, but it is stupid. So forgive my stupidity. Yeah. I was going to say a prayer on here for everybody, but when I'm in a bad mood, it seems hokey. Not talking to God, I never lose God. So I just mean it would be kind of not fake even, but just not from the depths of my heart, like I wish it could be at that moment. So I just don't. Then, you know, that's that. Oh, my Muslim friend, I was going to tell you, the with your background and then learning Christianity too, that's how you really found out about the sick part of God with them two religions put together. And the same with oh no, actually those are the two most connected that'll give you truth. The Quran and the Holy Bible. And then somewhere in between. you know. So yeah. The Quran, pretty full of filthy lies and rituals and habits that people of, I call them the fake Jew, because a true Jew is the inward ones, as Robin Hood's, Robin's Hood would say, inward Jews. Well, it's not his, it's in the Bible. So, yeah. Well, maybe not in those exact words, but God's people were scattered to keep us safe. In the Tower of Babel, Satan thought he was doing that to make it so people can communicate. That was God. Um, and he's the one who couldn't keep up. Got so lost in his lies, you know, that's a fact. Even lost track of some of his kids. So if you think he doesn't care about you, he doesn't. Guess what? God doesn't lose track because he's not stupid like that. He feels us. if you're stupid and inebriated and full of anger and lust and stupidity, you'll never feel anything. You know. So anyway, All I got to say is run, 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 you little blah blahs. Run and hide. Hurry, hurry. Here comes a slurry. Yeah, some people don't believe it is end times, and um, I can't say I feel sorry for them. They're just out of touch, you know, and that is sad. I'll probably shut this down now because it's getting a little long, but not because of that. Maybe I'll wait a little bit, but if I get shut off, I do love you with all my heart. I have a great respect for a lot of you that watch me, and some of you, if I don't know you, thank you for being here. And just know I'm here as I I got this, you know. And yeah, I'm a tool. I feel like a freaking tool. Well, Gary Warmerdam is going to, well, he wanted to see if somebody wanted to help read Stephen Lawson's book. And his first one, he's publishing or writing a second one, which sounds incredible. And I thought about it. If I was in better spirits, I probably would. And if nobody else wants to, Gary, I will. I'm afraid I might start crying if I'm reading it out loud because it's a pretty personal subject between me and that young man. So, kind of like with you two, you know, been watching over your little souls for a long, long time. So, you know, many of you. So, yeah, so to hear your personal stories or see them written down and have to read them, it's kind of like a friend on Facebook. It's like, I so know because I just know, you know. So, and that's hard. It is hard. So I pop in every once in a while and I'll write something and I love you and stuff, but that's why I don't very much because it is painful. It really is. And I feel that. And all these words, empath, blah, blah, blah. There's, you know, yes, empathy is real, but the fake sympathy is unreal. That's the hive mind bullshit is the sympathy, like, oh, pour this, pour that. And they're so full of shit. They just like pull their knives out and throw them into your fucking back the second you turn it, you know. The I love you bullshit, you know. How many people have said I love you? Oh, shit. You know how many times I said I wish I could love you more? You know, lots. Or I like you, but not that much. Or I like you, I wish I could love you. That works, you know. Or how about this? I'm sure God loves you. Because I don't, you know. Let me think of some more insults. Um, oh no, that's okay. If I start dissing on women and it's not directed at my friends and then it sounds bad, I might hurt somebody's feelings. So I'm gonna try and watch my mouth in that respect. I love you guys. Or men. I'm not trying to insult my friends. I'm trying to insult the bad people. Just keep that in mind. Whenever I say something radical, it is not at anybody good. Ever. I wouldn't do that. But I will do that to the bad guys, and that's what I do. So, very true. Yeah. Well, I probably will leave this like that tonight, and I'm gonna roll my cigarettes and kick back, and hopefully some of my favorites will be on YouTube, so I don't go crazy bored out of my mind. I got quite a bit done today, and I just get the biggest kick out of that stray chicken that walked in the yard. She's the funniest little thing I ever met in my life. and now she's starting to talk sentences. You wouldn't believe it. This is crazy, crazy. And she's got this little bunny friend that her and the bunny, they hang out under the picnic table together, and chicken goes out grazing with the horse, and I have a crazy yard. Chickmunks and squirrels all over, and everybody's my friend. You guys would freak if you were here. There's, because the creek bottom, there's all kinds of animals too here. So gray squirrels, red squirrels, um, possum, raccoon, fox, coyote, wolf, bear. Um, oh, I forgot lynx, bobcats, mountain lion. There's everything here. And I guess, like I told you, caribou is coming down out of Canada. They're starting to get closer in northern Minnesota, probably up in the Boundary Waters a little further north. So, yeah, that's really neat. Big game, all kinds of deer. We have white-tailed deer here, big ones. And my baby deer out in Montana, she was a mule deer, which are quite a bit larger, but yeah, and very long ears. But she had her ears almost cut completely off. She was a poor baby. So yeah, and then somebody shot her when I left. I thought she was safe where I left her, and then I think it was where I left her, actually, which is the most sickening thing because I raised her like a pet with a little bell collar and a leash I could walk her on. And I taught her how to jump fences and lay down from cars. And she was, her and my dog, I told you before, I think, but my Manx kitty, my dog, and my deer, they go running around the house together. So I had like Irish setter, deer, Manx, little white polka dot Manx, and then they'd change places, like somewhere on the other side of the house, and come back the other direction, and they'd be all messed up. So it'd be like, then it would be like the um, dog, the deer, and the kitty, and it was crazy, so funny, made me laugh, you know. So, oh, there's one story up there. I was sitting one day, I was waiting. I had different animals that I fed up there, and I did some farm work, like taking grain and field work and different blah blah feeding animals. So it was very early, and I was sitting up on my porch, and I hadn't had a cigarette for a long time. So the junior of the family that owned that ranch, they lived down in the valley, but I lived further up on the side of the mountain. He was up there. I don't know if he was up over in the barn doing something, or a machine shed or something. But he's driving by, so I yelled, "Hey, DeMorris, you got a cigarette?" I hadn't had one for like, a couple weeks, maybe a month or something like that. Long time. So he threw me a pack of Camel Straights with no filter. So I'm sitting there smoking. I swear to God, I got so high on this freaking cigarette, but I was like 17 and I hadn't had one. Oh, it might have been, I had gone a year without smoking, so it might have been that. But I started when I was 5, so yeah, I sure did. Not continuously. And then again at 15 or 12, 15, and then about 18 to 19, I quit again. And then I started up, and then I went another 10 days another time. But yeah, I enjoy it. I don't care. I'm listening to nobody's nothing. I'm not in front of little babies huffing and puffing, and I don't give a shit what anybody says about anything I do. If they want to say something, they can totally go fuck themselves. Literally. Like these weirdos on here telling everybody that I hope God's watching you next time you do that. You might want to ask forgiveness. Stupid. You lack of control, motherfuckers. Oh yeah, I just said that. maybe I will leave it off at that one, everybody. No, no, I'm not getting down on you. Everybody's human, but being real with God is real with God too. He did make us, He knows us. So, and we are human. I'm human too, yes. But yeah. It's just the way it was worded and presented was so crass. It was just crude. It was just ridiculously suggestive towards uh, unsuspecting and younger audiences and women. When a man's out there talking like that and women are listening to this thing, and it was disgusting. It would have been on at my house right there. Pew, that's it. I mean, you can tell a joke. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a prude like that. That's not it. But this dude's on here and he's got like I don't know how many subscribers. Too many, you know. So, yep. Well, it is going on 50 minutes 43 seconds. Yeah, I'll let it go at this. Hope I don't bore you silly. You know, if I have long ones like I told you before, do like I do. Shut me off for a while, turn me back on when you're bored stiff. I'm just hanging with y'all. I love ya. You know, I'm gonna roll some cigarettes and I don't want to get shut down. So even though I did clean this phone really, really good, and then I do got this laptop and the GoPro. It's just like if anything goes down and but yeah, I'm gonna be going out and catching some fall colors with that GoPro and maybe make a day of it and talk to everybody. And wish I could have a picnic with my friends or a bonfire. That'd be so fun. That'd be cool. Somebody said they were getting like a permanent third eye right there. Yeah, yeah. I know the feeling, you know. Mine's closed right now for the most part. I mean, I know, like, I just sent a lady friend in Pennsylvania. I just sent you a wave. I know you feel it because I feel you too. And I have a very, very good friend also in Missouri and different people. You know, like I'll send you a love vibe like that. But I've been sending hate vibes. Well, not hate. I've literally been physically. I've been smacking you in your fucking head, pig, all day. How you like that shit? Tripping you up. Want some more? Yeah, there you go. Because they can't do that to me anymore, but I can to them. So be very scared because I've just started. You crossed the wrong woman, and I'm not a girl. Oh, I'm female. So, very female. And I've always said mothers are the most dangerous things on this planet. So Satan found that out. It's a fact. So anyhow, that's what I'm doing here. Just call me the Punisher. It should be called Punish Him. Just call me the terrorist. Oh no, that's no. What the Masons name me is best. Trouble. There you go. That's my name with a capital T. So anyhow, you bastards out there. I will use the word hate towards evil. I don't care. I really don't. You know, you people know. You've seen little kids get hurt. You know, little kids get raped. You know that there's cannibals. You know there's sick people. And even if some of them are playing games, you're fucking filthy. And I do hate you. There's nothing besides God that will save you. Nothing. I won't. You won't get me to lift a finger to help you in any respect. So just keep that in mind. If you're on that side, I want you dead. So chew on that and don't let it go. Remember that. Soak that in. Oh, it is going on an hour. I love y'all. I'm gonna roll my cigarettes. Hopefully one of you out there that I love very, very much will get on. No offense, water bear. Sometimes your stuff is a little dizzying, and I do have a vertigo issue. But your tunnels are cool. Don't get me wrong. You know, and your group, your crowd, on your community over there. you really are slick. It's neat. It's fun. But you're young. Just have fun. Grandma's watching you, or mama. You know, I'm your mama like that because I am. I love you, big guy. You're so cool. You know? JB Rock, I do love you. I want you to calm down. Would you? Could you? Could you just be yourself? I'd sure like to see you be yourself. Well, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean. So I'll just say it. Yeah, he's got an excellent channel. If you want like different kind of music, he's got like heavy metal, whatever, and um, he's Satan, his at least his persona, which I can only hope that you would drop, honestly. But I'm trying. I know you know I am. So anyway, um, I love you all very much. I do. I mean all of the almighty. The rest of you can just totally get fucked. You slime bags. Um, yeah, Potty Mouth's gotta go roll her cigarettes. Okay, everybody. Thank you for hanging with me. I'll see you soon. God bless your night. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota.